Om Surya Namaha. Om Surya Namaha. Om. Hey, Tubies. Well, I tell you, I've been sitting here today contemplating the mystical Sun Lord. As many of you know, I'm a Wiccan and I believe in the Sun Lord and the Moon Goddess, Sun Lady, the Sun God and the Moon Goddess. And I've been praying to the Sun Lord. One is it's really cold here in Virginia. Oh, I've been freezing. And two, Sun Lord brings healing. Psychic Bob hasn't been here for the last 2 days. I've been getting letters. Don't panic. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I should have at least put a note out. By the way, look where I am. I'm back home, back from Mom's. I had a great time, but now I'm back. And I came home on Tuesday, and I got home and had a bunch of readings to do. Then my voice started going out on me. Well, anyways, I have enough voice that I can talk, but I've been a little strained. And I'm very sensitive to like extremes of weather. So like it got bitter cold all of a sudden when I was down at my mom's. And I was out taking little Grizzly for a walk. You remember my mom's dog? I love that little dog. And I just remember breathing in this air. It seemed so cold. I felt like it burnt my lungs. And I think somehow I've injured my throat or lungs by exposure to harsh cold air. So I've been drinking a lot of water, warm liquids, taking vitamin C. Just, I don't really feel that sick. I don't have a fever or anything. I just have strain in my throat and lung area. So bear with me today. I'm going to try to get through this video. But, we're going to talk more about this in the coming days. But I'm a big believer in the power of the sun. And in India, they actually still have sun worship. It's called Surya worship. And this is actually a pendant of Lord Surya from India, made of solid brass. Isn't it beautiful? Just shines like gold. And then in India, they pray to Lord Surya for healing power. So I'm wearing my Lord Surya pendant, praying to the Sun Lord, and hoping we're going to get through this video. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. I have missed you. I hate it when a day goes by and I don't get a video. And this week has been 2 days I didn't get a video out. So I'm really missing you guys. But here we are. Well, today it's time for messages from the spirit world. Normally we do this on Tuesday, but I'm doing it on Thursday today. And you guys have been sending in letters. I want to say thank you. For those of you who are new here, by the way, welcome to the new subs. I'm so glad you're here at Spirit Channel. This is a show we do every week. I take letters from people that write into me, and I do little mini psychic readings. Now, for those of you who are new, there is no charge for this. This is my community service to YouTube. I do this for free. Now, I am actually a full-time professional psychic medium. And if you have a lot more questions than just one question and you need something more urgently, you might want to think about getting on my schedule for a private session. My private readings are a full hour, and it's a full hour you and me one-on-one. We cover everything, past, present, future situations. Connect you with your spirit guides. I bring over messages from deceased loved ones. We look at your life mission, why you're here, what your goals are, and I answer all of your questions. So I cover a lot in a private reading, and for those of you who have sat with me, I'm sure you can tell people below about the work that I've done for you, if you want to. But I love to read for people, and I get excited. And, on Tuesday, I was so bummed out because I just got weaker and weaker. My voice was going. I said, oh, no, I can't do this video. And I just had to lay down. Sometimes we just got to honor our body and just shut down. Anyways, I'm here. So, yeah, if you want to get on my schedule for a private session for a full hour, you and me, we can do that by telephone or Skype. Give me a call at my office, 703-825-3929. I'm still taking appointments. We still have some for this. Well, actually, it's going into next week now, but next week we have more openings. So definitely give me a call. Or you can write to me at my email. The link will be below. readings@robert-hickman.com. Excuse me. So we're going to jump into the letters today and see what the spirit has. So what I want you to do is, we're all going to just, let's attune to the spirit. Just take a moment. Let's just close our eyes and center ourselves. Let's attune to the spirit world. Okay. There we go. I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back there. I tell you, I never get a moment's rest. As soon as I'm in that center place, he has to start up. But I'm glad he's here. Well, let's jump right into our letters here. Okay, our first letter today is from Moon Mantra. Oh, I like that. That's a great name. Moon Mantra. Dear Bob, hold on, I gotta put my glasses. I can't see my notes here. Dear Bob, I want to ask you about this guy I recently started dating. I am insecure and have kept sabotaging the relationship. He is my first real boyfriend, even though I'm not that young. Do we have a future together? What are his true feelings? Thank you, Angie. Hey, Angie. Well, I think that took a lot of courage to write that letter, because that's a tough position to be in. Let me just tell you, I want to tell you about you, and I'll tell you about him. When I step into your frequency, Angie, you know what I'm getting around you? I'm getting jagged lines in your aura. That means that your nerves are in overdrive. One of the things that I want you to start, before you even talk to your boyfriend, before you do anything, you got to ground yourself down, because your energy is like static right now. It's like shh. You know how the old radios go shh? Well, that's what you got around you. And that means that on a deeper level, you're not grounding, you're not connecting to your true self, your higher self. So the first thing I want you to do is every day just sit down for 5 minutes. I want you to close your eyes and visualize beautiful light filling your body and let it surround you. This will help open up your energy centers, and it will raise light through all the chakras, which is amazing. Like, the amazing result is that you will suddenly feel very attuned to yourself, and you'll start to see your patterns. Now, I think it's wonderful here that you say that you've been sabotaging the relationship, self-sabotaging. It is definitely a sign of insecurity. But once you ground yourself down, one of the chakras I want you to focus on is at the base of your spine. I want you to look up chakras online, C-H-A-K-R-A-S. At the base of your spine, there's a red ball of light down at the lower back. I want you to go into that light and feel it. Let it nurture you. Don't be afraid of it. Let it nurture you, because that's the chakra that deals with fight or flight. That's our anxiety issues. And once you learn to control that, you can see the chakra, feel light moving through it, expand it, shrink it. Once you get control of that chakra, you're going to start to feel much more focused and grounded, okay? The other thing I would recommend for you is I'd like you to get the gemstone rose quartz. Rose quartz will stimulate your heart chakra to open up your feelings, because your fear right now has blocked your true desire. Your true desire is to be in a relationship, but your fear makes you, again, self-sabotage, which takes energy away from your heart chakra. See, at the same time as grounding and releasing fear, you want to open the heart to receive love. Okay, and working with rose quartz, get one just to wear like a pendant or to carry with you in your bag. This will help you a lot. Hold it in your hand. It's wonderful stuff. Get a tumbled rose quartz. You can get a raw one. Tumbled's really nice. It feels very good in the hand. This is going to help you to start to open to love. Now, in regards to your boyfriend, I have to tell you, I get a lot of blue light around him. Blue light tells me that he is actually speaking words of honesty and truth. So he's not playing a deception game. He's not running around on you. He has true, sincere feelings for you. And I want you to go back and think about how you've tried to sabotage the relationship. And the fact is, he's still with you. What that means is he really wants to know you. He wants to be part of your life, so you got to let him in. And as far as the future, I don't see a breakup if you do the work on yourself. Now, don't try to go fixing him. It's not about him. It's about you. And if you work on letting yourself love yourself, open your heart, you'll be able to love him, because you don't feel worthy, okay? And you're worthy. You're worthy. You're a beautiful person. I know we've not met, but I really pick up the energies from the letters. The arc, the light comes through to me. You are a loving person. But somebody's told you somewhere you're not worthy of love, and that's not true. Okay? So I want you to do what I've said, and I want you to speak honestly from your heart with him. Tell him how you feel. Because what he's hearing from you a lot of times is reasons why you're not good enough. And he's like confused because he's like, well, why does she keep saying this? And the fact is you do love him, but you won't let yourself love him or let him close to you. So you got to speak from the heart. And that rose quartz and doing that meditation will open that energy. Okay? I see you guys working it out, provided you do that work. Okay? Thanks for writing. I hope that gives you a little insight. Blessings to you. Our next letter is from Jeffrey Richard. Hey, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a longtime sub here. Jeff writes, Dear Psychic Bob, have I attracted any spirit guides or angels towards me? I feel people as an empathic person, but I haven't yet felt spirit guides or angels, but I would love to. Well, you know, Jeffrey, I got to tell you, I do love your aura. When I step into your vibration, I am getting a lot of lavender light around you. Lavender tells me that you are definitely an empath. And, you know, once you start feeling people, the next step is naturally to feel spirits. And the difference between being an empath with people and being an empath connected to spirits is simply a matter of vibration. And so what you want to do is focus on raising your vibration a little bit. One would be daily meditation. Like Moon Mantra I told you before I told her to meditate on the light. You want to meditate on the light. But in your case, I want you to start wearing the gemstone amethyst, purple gemstone amethyst. This will actively increase your vibration rate to where you'll start to feel the other dimension. See, the spirit world's not like far away. It's not like way out there in space. Spirit world is literally here amongst us, but it's at a different frequency. And so your energy is going out and you're feeling people's auras. It's kind of like you're all wearing big suits and you bump up against each other. That's how auras are. You can be 3 feet away, but you're bumping up to their aura. And so what you want to do is think about taking that energy and just expanding it and have it go further. And it will go beyond just the people, and it will start to touch in on the spirit presences that are in the area around you. You'll start to pick it up. I do get Archangel Raphael around you. I feel like he's been working with you a lot over the last 2 years. You've been doing a lot of introspective work, a lot of healing work, and Raphael's working with you. So I want you to ask him also to help you be aware of his presence. Okay. A lot of times the angels are with us, but they don't interfere. They kind of hold in the background because they don't want to overwhelm us. But I think you're ready for a connection there, and I see it happening. So wear amethyst, talk to Raphael, and that's going to help you. Okay. Let me know how it goes, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Justin C. Hey, Justin C. Good to see you. Justin C. says, Hi, Psychic Bob. I'm wondering if there are any messages from any of my ET guides. ET means extraterrestrial. Yeah. Well, you know, Justin, you're very connected to a number of alien races. You've got an Arcturian connection that I keep picking up. And I hear Arcturians say, this is going to sound weird, but I hear them literally saying, we're beaming the message down. We're beaming. So like you're literally going to be getting some telepathic connections here. And you're going to literally be sitting in your room. You might be driving down the road. You might just be walking somewhere. And you're going to hear a voice talking to you. That's an Arcturian. I keep hearing a name around this Arcturian guide. And it sounds like Thessel, Thessel, Thessel. What a strange name, but that's his name, Thessel. So Thessel is, I believe, an Arcturian who's trying to make a contact here with you, okay? I'm also picking up some Pleiadians around you as well. And I know that you've had some past lives in the Pleiades. You know, there are many councils of aliens that are working now to kind of reach out to people. And I believe you're one of the light workers that they are reaching to, because part of your work in the future is going to be somebody to help people recognize this reality. And you know, as I've said, 2019 is going to be a year with a lot of UFO activity. And I think that not only are you going to sense them and feel them and hear them, you're going to start seeing them as well. So I want you to pay literally close attention to the skies, because you're drawing them to you. In fact, I think you could go outside with a camera at night, like a night vision camera. I think you'd start getting stuff on camera to prove it, that they're near. They're like physically near you, as well as spiritually and psychically near you. Okay. Vessel's the person I want you to start talking to. All right. Let me know how it goes. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Delta Harless. Delta writes, says, Dear Bob, I almost lost my husband due to a blood clot in his lungs last year. Now the doctors have found a mass on his kidney. Can you tell me if it is serious? I'm scared. Please help. D. Hi, D. You know, D, I got to tell you, hon, when I step into your husband's frequency, first of all, let me tell you, he's got around him a lot of white light. Okay, this means that he has spirit power. He's getting literally blessings from heaven. Reason why he didn't die of the blood clots, it's not his time to go. And this is still not his time to go. I feel like there is a tumor on the kidney. Let me tell you, if it's cancer, I'll be surprised. I'm not getting cancer around, because usually I see black spots on the body and black masses. This is white, which tells me that it's more of a benign tumor. I actually don't feel it's invading or injuring the kidney. What I'm being shown is it's literally sitting on top of the kidney. So I'll be interested to hear what the doctors say, because that's how they're showing to me, that it's not actually invading or injuring him, but it is present. It should be removed. And I don't see him having a crisis through this. You see, when it's not your time to go, it doesn't matter what happens. You're just not going to die, and you'll get over it. It's not his time to go. Okay, but he's wondering, and I think that sometimes these physical things happen, apart from physiology. You know, I'm not saying there's not physical reasons, but I'm saying on a soul level, sometimes we allow things to exist in our world because we are trying to awaken ourselves. And I think that these health crises that have been appearing around him are a sign that on a soul level, he wants a deeper connection with spirit. So the spirit world's allowing things to help him to go, oh my God, I got to get serious about this. Life could be short. Now, in his case, as I told you, he's not going to die. But the thought is, it does make you think, like, wow, is my time short? And so every day we shouldn't waste time. We should always say, is time short? Because, you know, really, we're not promised 100 years. If we're lucky, we might get that. But any of us could die at any moment, even Psychic Bob. And I believe me, I've had a few near-death experiences myself, so I know. But that's always a sign from spirit, like pay attention, be present in the moment. And I feel like this is a sign of him to have greater spiritual connection. And you might want to share that with him and encourage him to meditate and find a higher power to pray, you know. I don't believe that we have to go through this life just tackling things on our own. See, there are higher powers. And just like I've been invoking the sun god, Surya, he is a higher power. People say to me, oh, Bob, I don't believe in the sun god. That's pagan, that's old-fashioned. We've been to the sun. We know that it's just a ball of fire. There's no God up there. But see, what people are missing when we talk about things like the sun god is that the sun god isn't the sun. He's the spirit that created the sun, that manages the energy of life, who deals with the cosmic energies. That's the true sun lord. So the sun in the sky is a physical manifestation. So if he doesn't have a concept of God or a higher power, talk to him about the sun god. That's a great place to start, because everybody can see the sun and consider that that could point to a higher power. That's the true sun god. Anyways, hope that helps. I'm sending prayers to you. Keep me posted, okay? Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Thomas Smith. Thomas writes, Hi, Psychic Bob. Do you see things getting better for me anytime this year? It's been years of depressing times. Do you see any hope for me? Are my prayers being heard? Your friend, Thomas. Hi, Thomas. First of all, I want to tell you, I'm really sorry for your struggle. You know, when we come down to this earth, I swear, I really mean this. I think that the angels give us drinks. I think they get us drunk in heaven. and we sign off on these contracts to come into Earth. Let me just start off by saying, Thomas, you are not just here by accident. You're not just like, I'm just thrown in this body and I got to suffer. No, no, no. You chose to come. And right now, I know you don't believe this, or you may not have trouble believing this, but you actually chose a lot of what you've gone through on your soul journey to discover your power and your strength. You might say, Bob, I didn't choose all this. No, not in your earthly life you didn't. But you have to understand, we have a higher self that governs and directs all things. And it's that higher self that brought us into this world. In terms of your situation, I got to tell you, you got a lot of beautiful light, or you got a lot of beautiful blue light, you got purple, and you got white light. These are all very high frequency colors. It also means that you're an old soul. And sometimes old souls take on really intense charts. And I think you've taken on an intense chart. Things are going to get better for you. And in terms of timing, I have to be honest, probably not going to be till around March. Now, I know you said in another area that you wanted to have something done by your birthday, have things be improved by the end of January. I tell you, this is going to take a little longer. And I think in March, there's going to be some new beginnings for you emotionally. One of the things that I have to tell you, Thomas, is that I feel that around you, you're struggling right now with some major relationships issues. Could be with some parents here, maybe some friendships. And I feel like in some way you feel that nobody's hearing you. I got to tell you, when you're an older soul as you are, it's very difficult to get people to understand you because really honestly, you're beyond them. You're an ancient soul. What I want you to consider is that you have lived thousands of lives. You have reincarnated so many times. You're a master in your own right. And you're saying, well, Bob, I don't feel like a master right now. I hear you. But that's your earthly self speaking. I want you to raise your power into your higher self. That's where true power is. And so you also, like the other people did, I want you to start meditating. I want you to bring the light into you. I also think it would be helpful for you to maybe visit with a counselor, a psychiatrist, psychologist, a social worker, somebody that can help you understand your patterns of your emotional self. Many times depression, anxiety, all of these things have triggers. And I can tell you as somebody who's worked with counselors, understanding your triggers is the key to overcoming things. Now, some psychiatrists may want to give you an antidepressant. I don't think there's anything wrong with that in terms of a short-term solution. I personally, now I'm not qualified medically to say this, I personally, though, don't believe that antidepressant is the ideal for a long-term solution. Because I believe that ultimately, all power resides within us. This is my spiritual view. And working with a good counselor will help you know your triggers so that you can avoid the fluctuating emotions of extremes. Like, for example, you'll notice you never see me wear a tie. People say, well, I don't ever see you in a tie. I don't wear ties anymore. I used to wear ties in the corporate world. But after I left the corporate world, I said, never wear a tie again, and I don't. Part of that is that when I wear a shirt collar, the high collar, and a tie, it's one of my triggers that sends me into anxiety. And so that's why you always see me with loose, soft shirts, because I learned through counseling that that's one of my triggers. So if I don't do that, guess what? I don't have anxiety. Now, there are other things also that trigger anxiety and depression. In my case, that's one of my triggers. So I know that, and I don't have that problem. So understanding your triggers are important. And I'd like you to work with somebody to find out what's triggering you. Now, you might say, well, gee, Bob, I don't have any money, and I'm living in a house I don't like. Okay, that could be part of it. But there are also probably, I suspect, some other things. And I don't want to say what those are because part of the healing process is that you uncover them for yourself. And somebody helps you find that. So I do think that working with a good counselor will help you understand those triggers and will start to relieve that. Maybe a short-term antidepressant may help. But I'll tell you, once we get to March, what I'm getting is that there's an influx of people coming into your life that are really positive people, and you're not going to feel isolated, because I think you've been feeling isolated. You might say, well, Bob, I got a lot of friends. I'm not isolated. But it doesn't matter how many people are around you. It's how, on a soul level, you connect to people. I always say I'd rather have one good friend than 100 fake friends. And that's because one real friend will open your soul. And so this is a year, 2019 for you, is about soul growth, light, healing, balance. I might also recommend to you the gemstone green fluorite. Green fluorite is a wonderful, well, you can get green or purple, and they sometimes mix them, green and purple. Either of them are good. That stone tends to stimulate the heart chakra, which opens feelings of connectivity. And I think that right now you need to be connected to people. And that stone will help you. You can just wear it as a pendant or carry it in your pocket and just let it open your energy. You'll start to feel more confident. You'll start to feel more centered and more peaceful. It'll help draw to you people also that are nurturing and healing people. So I want you to think about these things. And maybe you can explore meditation every day. Maybe you can explore having a counselor. And I'd like you to go this path because I feel like your situation needs a little bit of professional intervention. And that doesn't make you crazy. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you very strong. I think you're very strong. The fact that you reached out to me and wrote this very heartfelt and sincere letter. So I hear you. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing your pain. But you know what? We don't have to live in pain. It's not our long-term reality. It's not your long-term reality. So I hope this will help you a little bit. And I'm sending prayers for you. I want you to also call on Archangel Michael. He's going to open some pathways to you. He's bringing light to your mind. He has a flaming sword. Archangel Michael is going to bless you and strengthen you. And he will shield you from that which makes you feel oppressed. Because you don't have to feel put on, oppressed, depressed, and attacked. Michael's going to help you with that also. Anyways, keep me posted. I send blessings to you, Thomas. Thank you so much. And yes, I am your friend as well. Blessed be. Well, gosh, guys, I tell you, I don't know where the time's gone. I'm having such a good time reconnecting with all of you. Well, we're coming to the part of our show, which is Spirit Shoutouts. And Spirit Shoutouts is a section that I started adding on to this program. This is not, Spirit Shoutouts are not necessarily responses to letters that people have written. Sometimes these are just subscribers of mine who I'll just see their name on the list or on the screen. I'll go, oh, something's come through. Like something will come through for people. And I just keep a little notepad and I write it down. So I got a few Spirit Shoutouts here that I want to run through, okay? My first Spirit Shoutout is for Arlena. Hi, Arlena. Listen, I got to tell you, when I saw your name, I stepped into your frequency, and I was immediately picking up beautiful, soft mint green. Do you know that color? It's like a pale, soft pastel green called mint green. You've got a lot of mint green in your aura. That tells me that you're opening up to the people of the Fae, the fairy people, the Fae. And I see this year for you, I want you to watch February, month of February, because you're going to start having some mystical experiences, some connection with the Fae people. Maybe a dream, you might literally see a Fae. But I want you to be doing research on the Fae. Maybe learn Fae magic, fairy magic, because I think you have a natural gift in that area. But your aura is beautiful. The soft mint green, that's a drawing to you the spirit of the Fae, the fairy people. Okay? Let me know what you find and how it goes. Blessings to you. My next spirit shout out is for Shana Barnett. Hello, Shannon, Shannon Barnett. Shannon, listen, I got to tell you, hon, I got a message for you. There's a man around you in spirit. His name is George, and he's dressed in kind of like 1940s clothing. And he asked me to tell you, he says, just tell her that I'm hanging out with her, that she has some natural psychic abilities, and I'm helping her to get focused on it. He keeps talking to me about this summer, and he said this summer, he said, she really connects to us even stronger. So the next few months for you, George is going to be around you a lot, speaking to you, connecting to you. Watch your dreams, listen for messages, watch for those coincidences, which we know aren't really coincidences. But that's George working with you, okay? So he's one of your spirit people and asked me to bring that over to you. Hope that makes some sense. Let me know. Thanks. All right, and my next spirit shout out is to Back from the Future. Hello, Back from the Future. Listen, I got a message from you. There's a spirit guide around you. When he presented himself to me, he was beautifully dressed in beautiful, like, purple robes with, like, gold symbols woven on them. He was a wizard. He had the traditional wizard hat. Looked a bit like Merlin, but he said he wasn't Merlin. His name is Harzel, 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 and he said that he's one of your spirit guides. And so he's working with you, and he says that you have the gift of conjuration of spirits. So you may want to explore some magic to, connect with the spirit world. I get the sense this may be like either spiritualism or even ceremonial magic. So you definitely have spirit communication abilities, and Harzel's working with you. Hope that makes some sense. I had to deliver the message. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know where the time goes. That's all I'm going to get to today. But listen, thank you for being here at Spirit Channel. Pop over to my website. By the way, I forget this all the time. I've got a lot of books in print. I am a published author as well, and I've got a lot of books. Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, Messages from Rose. All of these are available at my website. The link will be below. Visit me, www.psychicbob.com. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for your patience as I'm working on balancing my throat and lungs here. Send some prayers my way. I'm going to, keep working. I'm still doing readings. I don't feel that bad. It's just a little strained, okay? So bear with me. My energy's a little lower as I'm healing. But I love you guys. Send blessings to all of you. Be back here tomorrow on Friday. I don't know what we're doing yet. It's Paranormal Friday. It just depends on how much physical energy I have, what we do. But we'll have something. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. And pop over and see my website, get a reading, buy my books. And until tomorrow, may you always blessed be.